Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany and in today's Sunday Reset, we are going to be doing some things that I was supposed to do last weekend and didn't get to. So I'm gonna finish those this weekend. One of those tasks being going through these drawers here in my family room in our sideboard. So just figuring out what the heck is in those drawers and getting those organized. And you know, just getting that cleaned up. I have some just overall general like picking up and wiping down and cleaning up to do. The floors desperately need to be mopped, so I wanna get the mop going. Lots of laundry to do, and I also need to go out onto the front porch and get that kind of cleaned up. I need to sweep or blow because it's got a lot of like dirt and dust, and so I just need to clean that up. Lots of pollen. All the trees are blooming and getting leaves. I'm so thankful. And I also need to put the pictures back up on the walls that I had out on the front porch. They have come down. So I'm curious, we're gonna try one more time with more command strips, and I'm curious if maybe I have to do something different. I might have to like have Danny like screw them into the wall, which I didn't wanna do because I don't know, I didn't wanna just keep putting holes in our siding, but if that's the only way they're gonna stay up, then so be it. But yeah, so that is what we're doing. I also have the boys have a soccer game here soon, so we'll go do that and then we'll come back and get stuff done. Danny's been out, he was mowing the lawn, he was doing the weed eating, he's got it, sprinklers going now. That's the other thing is I did pick up some things from the flower center at Walmart, and so I do want to get those into the ground, some dianthus and some other things. And then I did get a new tree. I ordered that river birch, and so I do need to get that into the ground as well. It's gonna look weird right now where we put it because I'm gonna put it where it's gonna live forever, but I'm not gonna pull the flower bed out yet. I'm not ready for that project yet, but I desperately need to get that tree into the ground. So I'm gonna put it in the ground, but we're not going to pull up the flower bed, if that makes sense. So we'll get that done, and that will probably wrap us up, and it'll be, you know, time to, I think we're gonna do movie night tonight, just kind of hang as a family. So we've had a very rough and trying week. I know I feel like I keep saying that. You know, I felt like we were on this up and up, and then we kind of got hit with some stuff this past week. And I actually just scheduled myself for a surgery on, I didn't schedule myself, I was scheduled by my doctor for surgery on May 28th. And so I definitely need to like try to get ahead of some things because I'm gonna be out of work and probably laid up for a few weeks. So just wanna try to get ahead of things. So I think that is everything. I think that's enough talking, and let's just go ahead and get into this. I am so glad you guys are here. Happy Sunday. I'm gonna turn on some relaxing music. I have a playlist on my Amazon Home, or my Amazon music called Home, and it's just really pretty like piano music. It's what I love to play in my house when there's like no TV on, none of that stuff. So it's just really nice and relaxing. So I'm gonna turn that on. I've got the front door open with the screen door. The breeze is blowing. It's like 63 degrees outside right now. It is stunning. It'll be a beautiful day for some soccer. So let's go ahead and get in today's video. I'm so glad you guys are here. Okay, so this is the sideboard that I was talking about. This is here in my family room under our TV. And they have these drawers, and we've got like movies in here. We've got this like back massager thing. You put this like wherever you have knots. It's kind of incredible. It's from Walmart. This is our dog that passed away, his leash, our other dog that passed away, her collar. We have like random stuff in here, and then all these cords. And then this bottom one is like also super random. This is where I keep our computers when we're not using them. That's where I keep, there's like paperwork in here. These are binoculars that Danny uses to like look at animals. Got sweaters for the dog, just like really random stuff. This one here, this is where we keep our like router and stuff. It's also where kids have tried to hide some chocolate wrappers And then this side over here is where we keep like extra blankets. And I painted this, so you can tell like I did not paint the inside, and I wanted it to look super rough and beat up. So that it definitely does, but we'll go ahead and work on these drawers here in the middle. And I'm probably not going to like take a lot of this stuff out. I'm just going to see what's in here, get rid of what we can, and then organize, you know, and put it back, because really honestly, a lot of it just kind of has to live there because I don't have anywhere else for it to go. As I've already mentioned, this really is just kind of a catch-all space for things that we don't really know where else to put them. I really could find some storage space down in our basement for things like this, but it just makes sense if somebody says, hey, I need an HDMI cord. I always tell them, go look in the sideboard, because guaranteed there is one there for sure. So I just am taking a second here to go through them. The other thing I found a ton of in here were chargers for things like Kindles, or, you know, I don't honestly know what, but just a bunch of chargers that I did end up donating because we really don't need them. And I honestly don't know what 90% of them go to. When I was putting them in the bag to drop off at the donation center, my husband was trying to steal some out of there, but I reminded him that we have multiple of each of those tucked away in the drawer in our laundry room. So no need to keep all of these, but just kind of going through this space every now and again is needed to, you know, get rid of things that you don't use or don't need, because I know I just store so much stuff in here that I don't know what it is. I just don't know if we're going to ever need it. So definitely feels so much better having this done. Okay, sorry for the loud noise in the background. That's my washing machine. But first drawer is done. I did take a bunch of stuff out of it that I'm going to get rid of, but I just kept our sentimental things here. I have this container that's a drawer that has like Amazon Fire Sticks and our Apple boxes. I don't know if we'll ever need them, so just gonna leave them there. I have no idea what all these cords are, but they look like they could be important, so I'm gonna keep them. I have a blood pressure cuff and our back massager thingy, so I'm gonna keep that in there. And then we're gonna work on this bottom one, maybe, if I can get it open. And some of this stuff may end up moving to the top drawer, and then we'll figure out what to use the bottom drawer for. Okay, so we got rid of an Xbox that doesn't work. And this is all of my cross stitch stuff. I love to cross stitch. However, it's my old lady thing that I love to do, but my hands kill me afterward. I haven't done it in a long time. I might do that tonight. I've got Charlie's sweaters in here, and then my old computer. So those drawers are done. I'm not going to worry about the two cabinets because I already know what's in those. So I also have like 1,000 chargers that we really don't need. So I'm going to get rid of all of these, and because I have a whole bunch of extras already in the laundry room drawer. So these are all just going to go. So we'll just add this, all of this to our get rid of pile. It's a pretty good pile. Okay, so here's our new river birch. So pretty. It's just a little baby birch, but eventually when it gets bigger, the trunks will get like a really cool, like peeling appearance to their bark, and they're really, really pretty. So the plan is to put it like over here, and eventually we will be pulling out the flower bed. But for now, we're just going to plant it. I also picked up some other plants. I did hang a begonia over there, which I did film another video of some front porch planting. So that will be in a future video coming up here in the next week. So stay tuned. But let's go ahead and get this bad boy into the ground because, as you can see, it needs some water. So I've watered it a whole bunch since we got it. It's like crispy right now because it won't stay moist because it's in that little laundry basket situation. So we need to get this thing in the ground before it dies. It desperately needs a good drink. We have been spending every single weekend out here in our yard, just adding things, cleaning things, planting things. It's just been so nice. The weather is absolutely gorgeous, and you can't get over, being outside. It feels so good. You can even see Charlie there. She found some kind of smell in the grass that she was loving and rolling in. But we were so excited to finally have a tree planted. So we picked, like I said, a river birch. I wanted a tree here that had multiple trunks because I just think that's really, really beautiful. And originally I was thinking a crepe myrtle would be beautiful in this location right here. However, I was concerned that it wouldn't winter well. And so I looked for things that could handle a colder winter. And what I found was a river birch still gave me that multi-trunk look. And we have lots of birch trees all around our house that were here when we moved in. And so this, I think, will match the landscape, and I know that it will do okay as well. I also love that it will get nice and tall. It will give us beautiful color in the fall, and I think it'll be really beautiful just as an anchor piece here at the corner of our house. We purchased our river birch from fastgrowingtrees.com, and it is the heritage river birch. And it does say that this one grows 2 to 3 feet per year. It's resistant to common diseases, and it adapts very easily to multiple different types of soil types. So it's also hardy down to zone 4, and we are in a zone 5B. So I'm really excited to see how it goes. Next up, we're going to hang up this beautiful rain chain. This is from Magnolia. It's these beautiful little patinaed umbrellas. I'm talking about it in this clip, but my neighbor was blowing out his yard with a really, really loud industrial strength blower. So I had to cut out all the clips of me talking about it. But a rain chain is just something you hang off your gutter. And as the rain falls, it just falls down the chain. And it's so beautiful. It doesn't make any sound. It just adds really pretty interest to your yard. So I'm so excited to have that hung. I'm also going to take a second now to plant some really beautiful dianthus. These are just this really pretty baby pink. I picked these up at Walmart. I believe that dianthus typically are a perennial. I'm still learning, but I'm pretty sure they're typically a perennial. However, this variety did not say whether it was an annual or a perennial, and I think that's just because it depends on how you plant it, where you plant it, that kind of situation. So we, like I said, are in a zone 5B. I believe that dianthus can go down to zone 3 or 4. However, I think that, depending on how they winter will determine whether or not they'll come back every year. So we'll see how they do. I just wanted some pretty pink interest in our garden this year. So that's what we're doing here. We have not yet buried the lines for the sprinkler system that Danny put in because we aren't sure if we're pulling the flower bed out or not. So that's the same reason why we haven't mulched yet. Plus, I've just been planting, and I asked Danny to hold off on the mulch until I got everything in the ground that I wanted to plant this year. And I love this addition of the pretty pink dianthus. They almost look like a little carnation. I think they might be a carnation variety, but they're just so really pretty. And from what I understand about them, they won't get very tall, but they'll spread out nice and pretty. So I'm hoping they fill in and just bring a lot of color and interest to the garden throughout the season. I did also pick up a woodland phlox. Those are the tall, beautiful phlox in a really pretty purple color and almost like a periwinkle color. And so we're going to plant that as well. Danny helped me dig a hole in the back here in the garden, and we're just going to get that planted as well. And it's so very pretty. I'm careful and cautious to put a lot of things in this area. Right now it looks bare. However, once that nepeta does fully bloom and my little lime hydrangea right there fully blooms, that corner will be all full of beautiful color and interest. And then my Annabelle hydrangea there in the corner will get really big. That's a super bell. It gets huge, and our super ball, so it gets really, really big. So I just have to be cautious and remember that things are going to flesh out and fill out. So I got to leave some space, but absolutely love how beautiful this looks. And I asked Danny to help me add some drip lines to these items as well. So the drip system that Danny picked up is from Home Depot, I believe. And it's super simple. So it's just this big, right here, this big tube that you can probably see that connects to our system that we still have to bury. And that's just like the main water line. And then to add a drip to it, he just uses this smaller, thinner, what do you call that, piping? Tube? It's tubing. And on the end, it has a little drip. Now they have ones that will give you more water than others. So the ones that he has to my big hydrangeas are pretty big. How much water do those give, you said? Do you remember?
5 gallons an hour.
5 gallons an hour. And these do a 1 gallon an hour, right? Yeah. The little drips. So, just keep an eye. If you're not sure how much to water your plants, you can just keep an eye on, you got to do one to my Jacob's ladder too while you're here. Which, by the way, has little tiny purple blooms, and they've got a whole bunch of little buds. There's going to be a lot more, but look at these cute little tiny purple blooms. They're so cute. So I like to stick in the cool colors for my flower bed. So definitely like pinks and purples and greens and whites. So that's what we got going on. Danny just said how pretty he thinks it is. He loves it. Isn't that nice? Just wait till that peony comes in that I didn't know was going to come back. Even better. We're going to take a second now to hang back up my signs here. Now remember, I'm trying to do this with command strips, and I did get this back up on the wall. However, after filming, it did fall down again. So today while I'm editing, I actually asked Danny if he could just put some nails in and get that up on the wall because I love it. I bought it for this space, but I cannot have it continually falling down. So he said he'd get that hung for me today. And I also used some command strips to rehang this welcome sign, which has fallen so many times it's now cracked down the middle. I might actually have to replace it next time I go to Hobby Lobby, but this one might actually have to go up with some nails as well. So we're going to see how long it stays. If it falls down again, I said that was it. We're going to have to nail it up because enough is enough. I'm going to go ahead and grab my boys' cleats, and then we're going to head inside, get the kitchen cleaned up, and get that all wiped down and looking good. And then it's
going to be time to cook dinner. By the time I headed inside, it was actually almost 6 o'clock at night and the sun was still shining and beautiful. I tried to just soak up every last second I could outside on the porch. And then it was time to move in, get the rest of the house cleaned up so that we could call it a night.
Okay, my friends, I'm going to go ahead and end this Sunday reset here. I'm going to go cook dinner. We're going to have some cheeseburgers, some tater tots, french fries, and I think a big salad is what I'm going to make for tonight. Please disregard Griffin upstairs. He is playing and being very loud while he does it. So I am pooped. I'm excited to make dinner. It is late. I'm going to make dinner and then we're going to sit down and I think we might watch a family movie tonight. I think I said that earlier. I think we'll watch a movie. Maybe I'll make some chocolate chip cookies to have the boys help me and just have a low-key night. So thank you guys so much for joining me today in this Sunday reset. I'd say my Sunday reset. In this Sunday reset, I'm going to go ahead and turn on my vacuum and mop as well, get my floors cleaned. And I might go take you outside really quickly for some last minute golden hour shots of the house. And I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys are having a fabulous week and I'll see you very soon. Take care. I was talking about the tree and the flowers I planted earlier, but my neighbor was blowing his yard and it was really loud. So I figured, let me just talk to you about it right now. But this is the tree that we planted, if you can see it. It is a river birch. So the trunks will get like this really beautiful kind of peeling bark look to them when they're bigger. So I cannot wait for that, but I think it looks really beautiful. Originally we thought we were going to pull out the flower bed around it, but I don't know, I kind of like it like this. We got to get some mulch and put some mulch down, but I think it actually looks really pretty. So, you know, this should get nice and big and beautiful. And then over here I did plant some color. There is a look at my rain chain,
and I think it's so beautiful. Absolutely love the adorable little umbrellas. So very sweet, and it's just hanging off of our gutter. I did move the begonia just because I didn't want the bottom hook of the umbrella to get stuck on the shepherd's hook. I planted some pink dianthus along the front here. I didn't put one here just because the hydrangea will get really, really big, and so it'll kind of come out. If I can, I'll put one right there in the front, like right here. But I did also do the phlox, which I showed you earlier, and Danny did add a drip to both my phlox and my Jacob's ladder, so very pretty. And then I did add some of those pink dianthus over here as well. I need to pick those. They've got a couple of dead ones on there, but I love how that looks, and it looks so pretty. My picture fell again. There's a little piece of command strip that I need to take down. The picture is really heavy, so Danny is going to hang it for me tomorrow with some nails probably. And then I want to get some ferns for up here. I did ferns the last 2 years and they looked really, really beautiful, so I think I'm going to get some of those again. But everything is looking so beautiful. This is what it looks like in this beautiful golden hour with the sun coming through. I just love it. I love, love, love living here. I love this porch. I love everything. Thank you guys so much for joining me today.